Now, don't run away. Facebook ads is like a scary forest. You hear stories of people going into Facebook Ads Manager, but do they ever come out? We don't know. Today, I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to walk through that scary forest together. So there's three objectives that I have for today, which is to show you the difference between a campaign, ad set, and ads. Also explain a little bit about the objectives of a campaign and how to find your optimal target audience. So let's get started. To navigate to the ads manager, you can just click on business.facebook.com. This is going to bring you to your business manager, but you can click on the ad account that you want to use. In this case, I want Simple Life Social, obviously, and it will bring us to our ads manager. At the top here, you'll see that there are 4 different tabs, but the ones that we need to pay attention to during this training are campaigns, ad sets, and ads. If you've run any ads in the past, they will show up here. Otherwise, it'll be blank, and that is totally fine. So, campaign is really the overarching idea that you want to happen. It's the objective that you want for your Facebook ad. So we're gonna talk about those objectives, but it's the overarching project that you're working on here. The ad set within the campaign is the target audience that you are going to show your ad to. So the ad set is really all about the audience that you want to see your ad. And the ad itself is what creative and copy you are using. In marketing terms, when we refer to a creative, it is either an image or a graphic or a video, something like that, and the copy refers to the words that you're using to sell your ad, essentially. All right, so when you're ready to create your first ad, you just want to hit this green button that says create. On the left-hand side, you'll be able to see. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see where you're at within the process of those 3 different aspects of your Facebook ad. So it takes you through step by step all the different things that needs to be completed before your ad can be published. So you'll see right now objective is highlighted because we're choosing the objective of our Facebook ad. Now let's go quickly over what these different objectives are. So brand awareness is just letting people know who you are and what your brand is about. Facebook is going to show your Facebook ad to people who are likely to be interested in what you're selling and who you are. Whereas reach is really just showing it to as many people as possible, regardless of whether they're more inclined to like your brand. And Facebook judges this off of different content and brands and businesses that people engage with already. Now, under consideration, you can either choose to drive traffic to a certain web page, so whether that be your website or a product page, services page, contact form, landing page, whatever it may be. If you have a URL that you want people to be directed to, that's when you would choose traffic. Engagement is when we want people to really comment, like, share our stuff. And engagement is really like, the currency of online marketing. It's so great to get engagement. So that's when you would use this objective. If you have created an app like a game or some sort of app, this is when you would use the objective of app installs to get people to actually install your app. When you want people to view more than 3 seconds of a video, you choose video views because Facebook is going to find people who already are keen to watch videos and interact with videos, and will show your video to people who are more likely to watch a longer length of video. Lead generation is great if you need to gather contact information and you actually want to show your information or your ad to people who are likely to actually fill out a form, and you get that contact information that you can then follow up with. So this is great if you want people to sign up for something, so sign up for a newsletter or download an ebook or something like that. It's also great if you want them to if they want to show interest in becoming a member or something like that. So it's where they actually put in their name and email address, and you can follow up with them later. The messages objective is when you want people to actually start sending you messages through Messenger or WhatsApp. So this shows your ad to people who are likely to send you messages, and it's great because it's a really great conversation starter with people who are likely to be interested in your brand. When you head over to conversion, these ones, the conversions is really based on your pixel. So you need to have the Facebook pixel installed on your website for this one to really work. But conversions is if you have something on your website that you really want people to do, for example, fill out a contact form or purchase a product, you want them to really convert in some way, then this is a great way to show your ad to people who are likely to follow through all the way to conversion on your website. Now, catalog sales is an ad based off of a Facebook catalog that you've created within the assets of Facebook Ads Manager. This is probably a little bit advanced if you're just starting out, but if you are an e-commerce site or you sell products on your website, this is a really great thing to look further into. And if you'd like help with that, just let me know. Store traffic is if you actually have a physical store somewhere, Facebook will show your ads to people who are in the area so that it can actually drive physical traffic to your store in real life. So, today we are just going to click on video views. Just choosing a random objective so that we can get through this. So we're going to continue. All right, so now you can see on the left-hand side that Facebook has recognized we've decided what objective we want, and it's moved us onto the ad set. So now we're going to choose our audience. So I really recommend just being as broad as possible, especially when you're just starting out, and especially if you are a business in New Zealand like me. We don't have a really huge population like let's say North America would. And so it's easiest to just have the broadest audience as possible. As you continue doing Facebook ads and you get a little bit more used to it, there's some great, fantastic targeting that we can actually use to get your ad in front of people who are really, really likely to connect with your brand and product or service. But for the sake today, we're just going to choose people who are in New Zealand, and I want to show you how you can change the demographics here. So you can actually change the ads. So think of your ideal customer or your target market, how old they are. So I think I said ads before, but I meant age. So you can change this, and if they're men or women or both. I would just go with that to start out for your first ad. Now you can save this audience, but you don't need to. It's pretty basic audience, but if you did a lot of different interests and things like that, then maybe you could save this audience to use in the future. However, today we're not going to save this audience. For your first ad, you'll just want to choose automatic placements. Again, as you get more advanced, you can choose whether you want, you can edit your placements to choose whether you want it to show in, Facebook stories, Instagram stories, news feed, all that kind of stuff. But today we're just going to let Facebook choose where they show our ad. Now for video views, Facebook says, do you want people to just see 2 seconds, or do you really want to try and target people who are going to watch the whole thing? Now, obviously, you're going to get more people who will just watch a shorter amount of your video, but if you really want to see a higher intent, then we can try and target people who are going to watch the thing all the way through. So this is just something that you can choose. Now, I really want to draw your eye down to budget and schedule, because you can do, as little as $5 a day, or something much bigger, depending on your budget for the ad. And I recommend just doing 2 weeks to run your ad. So that would be, let's say, The fifth year would be 2 weeks. I don't recommend running an ad longer than that, just because Facebook would then be showing your ad too much, and after a couple of times people are kind of like, look, I've seen that ad, I don't really care about it, I'm not going to act on it, and I never will. So people get what's called ad fatigue, and they don't even really notice your ad anymore. And it's just kind of it's a good time frame to just see, to start out with anyways. It's just the 2 week mark. So now you can see on the left hand side that we've done all these things, so we're going to hit continue. All right, so here we are at the ad level, and it's bringing up a warning sign that we will look into later. However, we just want to go through the steps. So making sure that if you are the owner or admin of multiple pages, you just want to make sure that you are going to be putting this Facebook ad through the right page and Instagram profile here. And you can choose here, yes, we've chosen the video view, so that's what we have. Now here is where you would either upload your video, or if you've already uploaded some videos here, then you would just choose that. If you had the same video cropped in different ways, you could use it to, for like Instagram stories or the Instagram feed. You can upload different crops depending on where it's going to be shown. But again, if this is just your first ad or just your first couple of ads, we can just do the first, one video, and we can wait to do that customization and those advanced settings later after you have a little bit more experience under your belt. So right here we get to see the preview of what your video is going to look like in the news feed. And here is where you would put in, let's see if we can just pause that. And here is where you would put in the text. Now it automatically updates so that you can see where that text goes and stuff like that. So if you want to add a website URL, we can do that. This is where the headline would go. And you can add another description here. However, I was actually directed by a Facebook ads person, that it's really great to put your location there, especially if you're showing your ad to a larger region, so that people know exactly where you're located, and it just gives them a bit more reference when thinking about your product or service. Now you can choose the call to action button, so whatever is more relevant to you, whether that is signing up for something, downloading a freebie, or simply learning more about whatever it is you're talking about in your ad. And that is it. Again, there's some more advanced options here, but just on a basic level, those are the things that we need to do. You can see on the left-hand side that all of the things have been completed, and that little warning sign has resolved itself now that we've filled in all of the fields. So once you're happy with the way that it looks, you can click through the different previews to see what it's going to look like, in stories.
As a small business owner, you take on 1,000,000 roles.
And you can just check it out that way. So once you're happy with the way that it looks, you just want to click confirm. Your ad is going to be sent through the Facebook system, making sure that there's no profanity or nudity or any of those things that violate Facebook law. And then once it's approved, it will start sending out to your audience that you have targeted. You'll be able to see the results back in Ads Manager where we started, and stop the ad if it's not bringing you any results, lengthen it if you want to, and make other changes that way. If you have any questions about how to use Facebook ads, or you want to learn a little bit more about the advanced features, please get in touch.